Well, before we talk about the free agents, I got to put a bow a little bit on the Yankee issues that they're getting leaked out because I've had enough. And I want you to not promulgate these rumors. I want you to bring the information here to your place of work or inside your family, to your friends. Let's start with the funniest thing from yesterday ever. Actually, I'm wrong, Coca. 4869. Let's start with the two funniest things, and I can't even put them in order. But the rumor from yesterday is Juan Soto would have been a Yankee, but for, wait for it, the Yankees didn't offer a suite. We're going to talk about it. And two, he would have been a Yankee, but for the security people weren't very nice to his family. All right, let's talk about it right now. Number one, the suite. Here's what you do. You build a stadium, you've got a bunch of luxury suites. And you try to get companies to buy the suites who are law firms or they're your corporate partners, or you're trying to get really wealthy people in the community who want to bring 20 people to a game. But it's a giant pain in the arse to have a suite. You actually have to have someone at your company who deals with the 20 tickets for every game, and there's 81 games. It's super annoying. So then as a team, we would have suite concierges. We'll help deal with the tickets, and we'll help with the emails, and we'll help with the electronic tickets, and we'll help with the food order. Oh, wait a minute. We'll include the food so you don't have to worry about it. Just check the box, and we'll have the tenders and the overpriced popcorn and all the other crap that gets delivered in bags, even from the greatest of caterers and food service companies, including Legends Hospitality. We'll bring it all into your suite. And then you realize, crikeys, we built too many suites. We're going to include a suite in our corporate sponsor deal. So you get a corporate sponsor and you say, we'll give you 1/2 inning behind home plate. We'll give you an outfield wall sign, and we'll give you a suite. Yeah, you got to take the suite. I'm sorry. And here's how we're going to value everything. We value the suite at $500,000. You're giving us $2 million. We'll value behind the plate at $1 million. And we'll value the outfield wall at $500,000. I'm making up numbers because it's different for every team. But the point is, you've got a allocation for every deal that's done. And part of the allocation is one of these suites, which teams, even the Yankees, are trying to get rid of. They're trying to sell. So you're negotiating with the player, and often the players ask for extras. Like in a rider, if you're a celebrity going to make an appearance at a wedding, or if you are a band that's going to play at a birthday party, or if you take your podcast on tour, you get a rider that says, what would you like in the green room? Well, I would like water, and I would like tissues, and I would like dental floss. My tour promoter, I love you, Mark Stein, said, really? That's what you're asking for? I said, yeah, that's pretty much what I want. Well, there's a lot of other things you can ask for. Often what players ask for is season tickets for their family right behind the plate or right behind the dugout once netting happened. Some players, when they're playing at home, like in Florida, they want access to a suite. Some players want, when they travel, a suite in the team hotel. You see players only get regular rooms when they travel. But when you do a contract, you can offer a player a suite on the road, and the player pays the difference between what they would get under collective bargaining, which is a room at $249 a night, or a suite at $700 a night. And we would charge the player, by taking the money out of his paycheck every 2 weeks, the difference between $249 and $700 on a nightly basis. So there are contracts that in the riders say the player will have a suite on the road, but pay for it. Other players want a suite on the road, and you pay for it. It's a negotiation. Some players want first-class tickets during the off-season to go visit family. You see that in Japanese contracts a lot. We want 5 first-class tickets to Japan every year. Such value not to exceed $10,000. Welcome to premium economy, Mr. Yamamoto. So that's another one that's good. Clubhouse location. I would like a certain locker. I would like 2 lockers. I'd like a certain chair, the Barry Bonds special. Whatever it is you want. I want a separate chef making me food. I want an interpreter. I want a certain machine. I could keep going. There are ways around every one of these provisions in order to maintain consistency with your team. What the Yankees are claiming, and what the rumor is that is being put out there, is that Juan Soto wanted a suite, but the Yankees said, we can't give you a suite because we never gave Derek Jeter a suite. What? Oh, and by the way, we just signed Aaron Judge. We didn't give him a suite. Here's what you do. You say to Scott Boras, the agent, we are done and settled at $760 million. However, we will raise that, and we will ask Juan to use that money to buy a suite. So it can be as though Juan is buying the suite, but we'll gross up the money, including accounting for taxes. So instead of $50 a year, we'll give him $50.4 a year, and then he can give it right back to us and buy suite number 22 or 69 or whatever you want. There is no deal that doesn't get done because of a suite. It's preposterous. There's an easy workaround. What about Juan Soto complaining, oh no, my family was disrespected by the mean security guards? Juan, no problem. Here's what we're going to do. Do me a favor. Submit to me an Ace Ventura list. Just 5, 10, 15, I don't care, 20 people. We're going to give them stadium credentials. They can be passes. We can't give them a pass to the clubhouse because MLB controls that. But we will give them a pass so they can get right in past security. They can get right to the family room. They can get right outside the clubhouse to wait for you when you're done. Don't you worry. And we'll even take their picture and put it right there. You think Juan Soto went to Scott Boras and said, I'm not going to be a Yankee no matter what their offer is because I'm upset about the family room and the suite is what tore the deal apart? It's a joke, but the rumor is the Yankees wouldn't budge. And then Stephen Cohn to the rescue. With his lovely wife, Alex, who's in charge of making sure that all the players are well taken care of and that there's enough Ritz crackers and pacifiers in the family room. That's such a sweet job that Steve and Alex are doing. The Juan Soto deal has nothing to do with the $75 million signing bonus or the $765 million. It's all because they really take care of their players and all of their needs. Because guess what? In the Mets deal, Juan Soto gets a suite. You know what the value is of a suite at Citi Field? They can't give them away. They allocate them in order to make it look like a suite's being sold as part of the corporate deals. Believe me, I've done it. Made me laugh. Brian Cashman did drop a truth bomb, though. When you've got an agent who's got multiple players, the way Scott Boras does, and you're negotiating with several of the players, which the Yankees were and many teams are, you do tell the agent, in this case Scott Boras, that there's an order of operations. And when you're negotiating for Juan Soto and Blake Snell at the same time, you want Soto, not Snell. And so you have to tell the agent, I've got an open offer to Soto that you're not responding to. You tell me I'm still in it. It's an active negotiation. I can't offer Blake Snell anything right now. Just wait, please. If you wait to get Soto signed, if you don't get him, there's more money for Snell. Normally, that's what agents would do. They would sign one player and then get the other players tucked in under to the losers of the sweepstakes for the first player. Unless you've got a drunken sailor you're competing with. Callback alert. The Dodgers and the deal they signed with Snell, there were no chance, toilet pants, that the Dodgers were not getting Snell when they offered Snell. They basically hit the bid. Scott Boras called teams and said, you want Snell right now, immediately? It's going to be this number with this signing bonus. And the Dodgers said, yeah, if we get Soto, great. Don't think we're going to, but if we get him, great. But we'll definitely take Snell. So he then calls back the Yankees and says, hey, we got an offer for Snell. And Cashman says, what am I supposed to do? Am I still on Soto? Well, of course you are, Brian. You're doing great. You are playing the part perfectly for upping the number for Steve Cohn. Keep it up, man. I love you. But yeah, I guess you can't have Snell. So that's how you end up with neither. It happens.